Sorry to interrupt. I'm editing this video and notice how many times I say, "Oh." I don't know why. This won't make any sense, but once I hit play, it will. So I just figured I should come out and apologize beforehand. That way you don't I don't know, unsubscribe. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play, and let's just count how many times I say it. Yeah. Oh. Kill him. Alright, we should get out of here. Yeah, hey, yo, you haven't met the boy.
What's up,
Josh
everybody?
Kripsma. So, what do you have to do right now, Josh?
We're about to go to Los Chingones.
Ooh.
Tacos.
I don't even know what that means, but. So, this is what, this is like a go-to spot?
Yeah, I've been grabbing some tacos from time to time on this dope rooftop, and
It's a rooftop.
it's a rooftop. Overlooks the city. They got chips and guac like you never see.
Sick. We will check back in with y'all a little later as we actually get there.
Do the thing.
Yeah, do that. Alright. Hey, yo, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? My name is James. My name is Jake. From Miami. This boy from Chicago.
And we're in Denver, Colorado.
All right, you know.
We'll introduce everybody else. Say what's up.
What's up? I'm Connor. Follow me at ASAP
Hit 'em.
Doggy.
Yes.
What's up? I'm Nick. Austin Colaza.
My name is Drizzy Jake.
Ooh.
I'm from Calabasas.
Yeah.
Neighbors with
The hood, right?
It's really hood. A lot of gangsters there. A lot of gun violence, but I made it out. I got out of the trap. That's my story, man.
Hey, dang.
That's my testimony.
Praise the God. There's your testimony. There you go. Alright, so explain the toothpick you got going. You gotta stay healthy. There it is. And there you have it, folks.
Yeah, someone's life's gonna get changed tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
2 hours later.
Me and my girl were going through a rough patch. And something me and my boy were trying to figure out is what are the most essential things to a relationship? How can we decide whether this is a relationship that is going to be beneficial to me and to you for the glory of God and the glory of His kingdom? And so what we went from that eventually is, okay, God is the most important. Right? Canonically, from youth group, they will tell you that you and your significant other continue moving towards God, you'll grow closer to each other.
Right.
However, that's assuming that y'all have the same version of God, right? And each of you have a different little g God that you're thinking of, you guys will all end up in different places.
Right.
So even though God is the most important, we have to define more what that means, right? How does God impact you and who you are personally? So what we came up with is the relationship pyramid, right? And what this ends up being is here. Tier 1 is the foundation and the most important, right? That's orthodoxy, orthopraxy. What you believe and how you live it, right? So orthodoxy is composed of two major things. One is the cross. It's who Jesus is, what is the gospel to you. These are the things that if you don't agree on these, you guys both are Christians. The next one, we call those convictions, right? And those are basically things that if you don't agree on these, you can't be in the same church. So infant baptism would be an example of that, right? These are some of the things that are different denominations. Unitarianism, right? These are all very important things that you got to think about. And this forms the basis of your relationship. And then the difference between orthodoxy and orthopraxy is two people. Let's say environmental justice. Two people might believe that we steward over the earth because that's what God said, but how they live it out is completely different. Some person's willing to live in a place that's no mission, drive a car like that, and you may not be there. You may think about this completely different. Social justice is another example of that. Right? You believe God is a God of justice, but how are we supposed to live that out can be different for different people. And so when you have both of these in concert, now you have a foundation on which to build. It's like having a relationship. The second part is the practicality. And so these are really important. Right? And on this side, we have family, and we have life. Right? We have where you came from and who you are today. Right? So practicality, family. What influence does your parents have in your life, for example? Right? How are you going to raise your children based on how you were raised? Are you going to discipline your kids? Are you going to spank them? Are you not going to spank them? Right? These are things that I've seen disrupt marriages, right? And when you're in a dating relationship, you don't want that. You don't want to get into a marriage and realize you're unstable down some of these things. Also, can you even take and understand or spend time with the other person's family? If you despise the other person's mom and dad or grandparents or extended family, now when you have kids, and now your wife, for example, wants to take your kids and spend the holidays over there, and you hate this, what are you going to do? That's important. Because then you don't want to go to resentment or bitterness, right? Life-wise, where do you want to live? Where do you feel God's calling you in life? What kind of community do you think serving, right? Are you like career-driven? Do you have a passion to show God's work in your work? Or are you more like worried about the poor, your own, about personal relationships? That's very important to know. It's not as much of a deal breaker as the first tier, but will it have a major impact, right? And so these are some of the things to be thinking about. Location, where do you want to live? Are you from a hometown and you trying to stay there and you feel God's called you to build there? So be like, oh wait, I think God's called me to a completely different spot. Lastly, the third tier, which isn't the most important, but it's still significant, is fun, right? These are the type of things that you most find attractive about the person. It's that initial spark that you find, that chemistry, right? We both laugh. She makes me laugh. He is funny. He's intellectual, right? Like, oh, he's an introvert and I like being able to chill with him. Or she's an extrovert, she brings me out of my shell, right? These are all these different things. And very oftentimes, these things often aren't in concert. And it's so high up here because it's not the most important. It's not a deal breaker. But they need to be identified and they need to be known in order to actually have a successful relationship. Right? So where was I at with me and my brother? God was good. Orthodoxy, we made sure we were practicality, we came from similar enough backgrounds, we're fam, all good. Life-wise, we had a similar mission, we were fine. What we were difficult at is right here. The fun part was terrible. I'm an extrovert, she's an introvert. I had not yet learned what it meant to be humble and not to be prideful and assume that the way I see the world is the way she sees the world. And that was a very hard lesson for me to learn. That we both can be right. That God created diversity and experience, and that there's something valuable to learn from how somebody else sees other people and the work that they do. And so this has been the most important part of our relationship most recently, and building and working in that. And so now if we take a step back and look at it, these are the components of a relationship, right? God speaks into every single one of these categories, right? So if you grow towards God, yes, you should grow towards the other person, right? But the way you view God in each of these areas is what's going to help keep you guys together, right? And so this isn't the most important, but it's significant. This gets a lot of people in trouble because a lot of Christians I know, they'll make sure they have orthodoxy, a little bit of orthopraxy, and then they had that spark. But it takes them a long time to think of the practicality because they assume because we're similar here and similar here, we must be similar here. And that is not always true. That is not always true. Interracial couples can sometimes have the hardest goal at this, but you could be the same race and come from a completely different background. And this is the God-centered version, like, God, your life is going great. You can have had a perfect parent and everything in your life, and you still have these difficulties. Yeah. Let's not even talk about parental abuse, right? Let's not talk about hardships growing up. Like, that just continues to add layers and layers and layers onto us. And so that is why I say God is the most important. Because He's the only way that you'll have the power and the drive and the vision to actually see all of these things come to pass. And so that's our relationship here.
Dang, bruh. Did you hold on, wait a minute. So, you and your friend came up with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did say the word like once.
Yeah, I know. That's what's like you. This guy's rehearsed this before.
There is one thing I would say.
Oh, I forgot the theology of beauty now.
Yeah,
Oh,
the theology of beauty.
I always forget that.
Yeah. It's a very good one.
All right, explain this.
I'm gonna add it right here.
Buzz up here if you're watching.
And so this last one is T, which stands for the theology of beauty. And so I believe that God created beauty, and it's something that shouldn't be disdained. It shouldn't be something that we should look down upon, right? God is created. God is a God of beauty, right? And being made in His image, we, as He does, appreciate beautiful things. But what's most exciting about God is knowing this. He then tells us in His Scripture that God doesn't look at beauty the same way we do. We look on the outside, like outside appearance. God looks at the heart. And so when I say here theology of beauty, it is important to find your significant other attractive, to appreciate the beauty that is them and the whole. But the importance is to not get so consumed with the outside appearance that you don't listen to the scriptures and see what's beautiful
Inside.
I think this, what we're not saying here is that this is the key to you have to hit check marks on all three of these.
Right.
Because you're not.
Right.
And what we're saying here too is it doesn't mean that God's going to grow you over time in all these categories. And hopefully God grows you together, and this stuff does change because you're not going to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like we do all go through seasons where we're doubting God or not entirely into God. Like that stuff happens. The thing with fun, which I've realized, is there's a lot. When I think of fun, I kind of think of Enneagram. I think of just you don't have to be a Christian. You can almost ignore this.
Right.
I don't just look at this, and that's the vibe. That's the spark that people talk about, right? What I think about here is there's a lot of room to be different here. There's a lot of freedom to be different here. So a good example of that might be your, mental illness is a big one. Or yeah, we did. We talked about that last night. Or and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to count the cost of whatever that is.
Right.
Whatever that stands in the way of that. And it's if that is so small in comparison to who that person is as a whole, then y'all will make it.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
But if that is a deal breaker for you, you don't gotta feel bad about that.
Right.
You don't have to. There's not a checkbox. There's not a checkbox. I would say there's even some give and take within this.
Practicality.
I would say you're definitely in the red zone if you don't agree here.
So your freedom increases as you go from top to bottom.
Yeah.
This is where you have the least freedom. When you come here, a little bit more. A little bit of freedom more for different. Here's the most.
What about the difference in if you have your cross circle lines up but your convictions don't?
I would say that's super dangerous. Because the convictions make
personal convictions.
Yeah.
So you're just saying, you acknowledge there's different personal convictions.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty close.
But the thing is, you have to acknowledge what is the most significant for you, right? And so what this is to do is to really, this is a dialogue piece, right? If I told someone who's in a relationship about this, I'm not saying that if these don't absolutely line up, the relationship isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But if they never notice that they are living out the Bible in different ways, they need to talk about this before somebody wakes up and realizes, I think you're sinning.
Yeah.
And biblically, if you're not living according to your convictions, you are.
Yeah.
And so before you get into a relationship and cause one another to sin, in this one unit that God calls marriage, you should talk about that. You should have a very clear understanding of where that comes from. And I don't think you can do this on your own. I think each person, when they come into a relationship, should come with a squad, right? Your squad understands you, God willing. Before you have this personal relationship one-on-one, you should have this with a squad. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It can be as little as one, as many as God has given you the grace to have. But these are the people that know you the best. And they can say, you may not know now, but these are significant for you. And you can be like, you know what? Yeah, I didn't realize I need that in my life. And now you can come with the other person and now have this dialogue, right? And the other person is going to do the same thing for you. And they're going to bring that stuff out. But the important thing is to not hide it. Because some people will try to base their whole relationship
off of that, yeah.
They're like, I had this fun in the beginning,
right.
and this is going to sustain me.
Nope.
right? Or I'm going to strive to get this again and again and again. These are the things that will make a relationship. And for me and my girl, these are the things that we had the strongest. We talked about this now, and I can say, this spark, I can find this with other people. But you know what? I want to live my life and live life through with this other people. This girl that I have, she's my bulldog. She's my ride or die. Because I know in all these different areas, we're going to live family and live life to the fullest. Right?
And it's steadfast, right?
And it's steadfast, and it's whole, and through Christ, we're going to be able to maintain that commitment. But if we haven't ignored the fact that we have differences, we've talked about them, and we have a very conscious understanding of what we're giving up to love and serve one another. And I think that's the gospel. That's what it means to be a Christian community, right? The whole relationship that we have of significant other is supposed to reflect the love of Christ in the church. And as a Christian, that's what we do with the Lord. The Lord takes our uniqueness, and He says, I have a plan for you that only you can fulfill, right? And what the beautiful thing about marriages is now He takes two people and says, I want y'all to become one and love and serve one another as Christ loved and served us coming to the earth, and accomplish the kingdom. Bring the kingdom of God here to the earth just as Jesus did. And that's what relationship is for. And so,
where does the physical attraction come?
Ooh, that's the circle.
Does that come with convictions though? Because that's where like the sin you're talking about.
That's what we have.
That can't be T.
oh, so like
No, we haven't talked
physical
about it.
attraction.
We haven't taled about it yet, and I don't even know it.
Okay,
I think it correlates with like.
so this is
Tune in next time.